So today we want to discuss the city of Keller, Texas. And one of our favorite things to do with clients and here on our channel is to jump into the map in our computer and show you all around the different cities and where everything's located, what the cities have to offer, and why maybe Keller in particular today might be the right city for you. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Kristen Carpentier with the Living in Dallas team. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about what it's like to eat, sleep, live, work, and play or buy real estate here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below and hit that bell for notifications because we are dropping new content every single week about what it's like living here, and we absolutely love it. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and my team and I are getting calls, texts, emails, Zoom calls every single week from people just like you wanting to make that move here. So whether you're looking to move next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and let us know how we can help you make that smooth move here to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All right, so we love getting into the map because sometimes it's easier to kind of show where everything is located around these particular cities so that you can get a feel of, maybe it's right for you and maybe some things that you hadn't really thought of before. Okay, so today we are talking about a little town called Keller. And well, I kid you, it's not really that little. It's about 18 and a half square miles. It does have a population of just over about 47,000 people now. While Keller has continued to grow a little bit, it doesn't have tons of new builds going on. If you're looking for new builds in Keller, probably looking at more of a custom home these days because there really aren't a whole lot of master plan communities still being built within the city limits of Keller. Of course, just like any other city around, Keller's price point has gone up. We are looking at just over about $600,000 as the median price point in the city of Keller. But I think one of our favorite things about Keller is you can find fairly new homes, $1 million homes, older homes, homes with land. So there is a huge array of price points and types of homes that you can find within the city limits of Keller. Now, also with Keller, it is a great family-oriented community. There's tons of things going on, probably a lot more eating, dining, shopping than some of these other cities around here, but also it borders Southlake. So you get all the amenities of Southlake, you get all the shopping of Southlake, so lots of options there as well. Southlake's just on the east side of Keller, Westlake's on the north side, where you can find lots of $1 million gorgeous homes, and north end of Fort Worth is over on the west side, and then you have Watauga, North Richland Hills, Colleyville, kind of down here over on the southeast side as well. So here in Keller, like I said, about 18 and a half square miles, so it is fairly large. There's a lot of things going on within the city of Keller. And we do always kind of like to show where everything is in relation to Keller. So if you're living there, maybe you're traveling for work. Maybe you love to travel, maybe you commute for work. So the DFW Airport is just east of the city of Keller. So as you can see, a couple different routes to get there. About 14 miles, 24 minutes. So unless you're going to cut through here and up over onto the 114, you really do cut straight through the center of Southlake. Not my favorite, always having to stop at a bunch of stoplights. Southlake can get quite busy. There is tons of traffic over there, but where Keller's located and where you might be, if you're over here more on the north end side of the city of Keller, you can go up here and take the 114 down, or multiple roads to cut through to get pretty much anywhere you need to go. We have this 377 highway over here. It's not a freeway. It does have stoplights, but it's a big open road. If there's construction or a backup of any kind, if there's an accident, it can be kind of a pain in the rear. But where Keller is, it is a great location. So then when, say you're commuting to downtown Dallas, there are multiple ways to get there as well. But for the most part, if you want to take the highway, you're going to cut back over here to the 114 and is about 32 miles to get to downtown Dallas. Maybe you're living in Keller because you want more access to get to downtown Fort Worth. So you're kind of in between a little bit, but you are a little bit closer to Fort Worth. So you're looking at about 18 miles, 28 minutes to get there. So back to, where Keller is located, right here borders the 377. And the 377, if you kind of zoom in a little bit, there is basically Old Town Keller is down, and a Sam's Club, obviously, is down over here. And Old Town Keller has tons of great restaurants. It has antique shopping, a few little boutiques over here. But one of the things that multiple people have commented on living here in Keller and this little downtown, old town part of Keller is it's kind of like your mom and pop restaurants. The local people who have opened up these great restaurants and live, work, and have these restaurants right here and are part of the community. So we have tried multiple restaurants over here because friends have recommended them. So when we have been over in the area, we have definitely checked out a few of them. And another great reason for being in Keller, lots of these options right here. But also shopping. So right here along 1709, you're gonna have all of your grocery stores, fast food restaurants, your movie house. So if you wanna go to the movies on the weekend, right here in the heart of Keller too. It's not like you have to go over to Southlake, even though you can do that as well. It's not too far away, but you're gonna pretty much take this 1709 and straight over into the Southlake area because you have the Southlake Town Square, you have Costco. But I mean, granted, we got Sam's Club over here too, if that's your thing. So part of Keller, actually, the Keller Independent School District does feed into the north part over here of Fort Worth. So some of the Keller schools, I mean, granted, you're most likely living over here in Fort Worth. If you're going to those high schools, there's one high school, like public high school, right within the city boundaries of Keller. Branch a little bit further west over here, you have a lot of other shopping resources. You have Alliance Town Square, you have Buc-ee's over here along the 35, but a lot more shopping and dining options for, I mean, pretty much anything you need. If you want to be more over on the northwest side of the Dallas area, Keller, very family friendly, lots of great schools, and like I said, lots and lots of community activities and price points all over the place for affordability. If you want something a little bit more affordable, you do want to be part of these schools. And so when you kind of come in here and look at some of these neighborhoods, for instance, we just love that Keller's been around a long time. There are some of these great established neighborhoods. I mean, check out these trees. If you want acreage, if you want property, if you don't necessarily care about your home being completely brand new, we just love some of these areas over here. So as you can see, these homes over here, different options. We have looked through a few of these. Some of them are a little bit more traditional, could use a little bit updating. We also checked out a couple of homes around here in this area and they had been completely remodeled, totally gutted, and they were gorgeous. Like I said, you can find pretty much something depending on what it is you're looking for. And if you're looking for something maybe a little bit newer, up here, like Marshall Ridge, for example, up over in here, it is a fairly newer community. It does have, the homes are a little bit newer, but look how little your trees are. So great community. It has a community swimming pool, community fitness center, kind of like a lot of the other communities here in the area, the new build communities that are in the area. As you can see, the brickwork, your lots aren't going to be nearly as big, but we're kind of seeing that unless you're looking at multi-million dollars or a custom home on a custom lot, you're not getting tons of land. But this is like Marshall Ridge over here, for example, newer community, newer homes, well-established neighborhood. It's pretty much built out over here. Schools within the community, if you don't really want to go the route of an older home. So a lot of people do tend to get a little bit scared of plumbing issues or electrical issues, things like that. But of course, some of these older neighborhoods, if you look into them and they've had a lot of updating or people have taken really good care of the homes, usually it is totally fine. But then you can come down here into some of these other communities and take a look around at something a little bit older. Maybe the house isn't quite as big. Maybe you have, a little bit older home, but you have bigger trees. You have something a little bit more budget friendly. Maybe something you just want to be in a good school district community where your kids can ride their bikes up and down the streets. You have these sidewalks, parks galore, and Keller really does have a lot of that within the community. And then they do also have a golf club over here as well. This whole Bear Creek Parkway is great. And there's running trails, walking trails, lots of trees over in here. If you can kind of take a look at, some of these streets over here, bigger homes. Granted, it is, next to the golf course, but you're looking at probably in the millions over here in some of these neighborhoods, obviously because of where it's located. The city of Keller has some fantastic horse property. It has some properties with acreage, with pretty much anything you can think of. If your kids want to just take horseback riding lessons, but you don't want to necessarily have your own horse property, you do have access to that around here. There's just tons of things going on within the community. It has a great community center. It's like 93,000 square feet. So here in the city of Keller, we also have like the Keller Point Community Center right over in here. It has your indoor pools, your outdoor pools, your lazy river, and your splash pads, and plus gyms and facilities. If you want your kids to take city league sports, there's sports for kids, sports for adults. And it's right over here in this Keller Point area, pretty much centrally located right here in the middle of Keller. So it does offer that as well. We know when we moved here and it was dang hot in the summer and I had 4 kids at home and we needed to be outside. Granted, our community had one, but this one over here in Keller Point is just fantastic. So definitely a great community area. There's 26 miles of walking trails. There's over 300 acres of parkland here in the city of Keller. It has 11 different parks. So multiple parks, multiple trails. And, we're always talking about Texas is flat. Well, in the city of Keller, if you go over along Bear Creek Parkway, there's great trail running over there. My friend should know in particular, she broke her ankle while trail running out there. She got a little crazy one day. But this whole giant Keller Point Community Center is just another great activity center for you to enjoy. Back again, talking about everything that Keller has to offer, its location. If you are needing to be more on the west side, if you want to commute to Dallas or to Fort Worth, just to get to the airport often for commuting, great area to be in. If you want to have access to pretty much any amenity you can think of, you're going to be able to find it living in Keller because you have access to all of the things over in the Southlake area, the North Fort Worth area, and pretty much anywhere in between. Getting over into maybe the Frisco area and heading up north, Frisco, Plano, it could be a little bit more of a hike, but there's definitely some opportunities to be had living in the city of Keller. In fact, we know when we're getting contacted all the time, people moving here with their kids and their families, they're wanting just a great community to live in. But, sometimes people need to live more north because they're working over maybe in the Richardson, Plano area. And you know what? Sometimes maybe people are working over here in the Fort Worth area. So definitely lots of options. If you want a newer home, if you want something a little bit older with the land that is more established, if you maybe love to remodel, you can find so many of those options right here in the city of Keller. So if you have any questions, if you want to dive into some more of these neighborhoods here in the Keller area, please reach out. Let us know how we can answer the questions, if we can help kind of guide you on why Keller might be a great fit for you. And you don't need to live in Southlake where you have all the $1 million homes, because Keller is just next door. And we love getting our reach outs from our clients. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us, text us, or send us an email. And let's hopefully set up a Zoom call and get to know you better. So any other questions, please reach out and let us know what we can do to help you make that smooth move here to the Dallas area.